Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Florida Buzz YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Snap-on CT761. Alright guys, so I'm going to give you a little background and the rundown on this little guy. So I've been seeing a lot of videos lately about these guys. You know, obviously they've been out a long time. They're nothing new. The main thing I really like about them that, you know, everybody talks about is the rocker trigger. I'm not going to lie. After the couple days that I've had this thing, I've really grown to like it. Now there's one thing I just want to get out of the way real fast. I don't actually own this tool. I almost bought it on Thursday when my Snap-on guy came by, but you know, I already have the Milwaukee stubby and my whole lineup's Milwaukee. This would actually be my first Snap-on purchase, impact gun wise. You know, hand tools wise, that's all I have anymore is Snap-on. I've pretty much phased everyone else out except for Mac, but this would have been my first Snap-on purchase. But with the charger, the gun, and 2 batteries, I think the total was like, it was high 500s, low 600s. So I was a little hesitant because I'm kind of, you know, there's other things that I really have on my list at the moment that I really want to get knocked out, like the new advanced Snap-on DVOM that I have on order. I want to get a 1/2-inch split beam torque wrench and a couple other big expensive purchases besides, like I said, an impact gun. I already have technically 3/8 impacts. Again, they're all Milwaukee, none of them are Snap-on. So anyways, the rundown on this is the Snap-on CT760. I went ahead and kind of got cold feet about it, but before I got off the truck, because my boss was actually buying a scan tool in the same day, I went ahead and asked him, hey, why don't you let me demo that for a couple days? I'll keep it clean. I won't beat it up. I'll just use it when whenever I would go to grab for my stubby, and we'll see how it fits in, you know, to my daily schedule. And you know, if I really like it, I'll buy it. And the main reason why I got cold feet and backed out, and the reason why I wanted to demo it, is because for one, I don't own any Snap-on electronic tools. For two, I have more than enough Milwaukee stuff. But the third main reason is the newest edition of this lineup, and that is the Snap-on CT861. That's honestly what I'm in the market for, because again guys, in the 2 days or 3 days that I've been using this thing, I love it. It's lightning fast. I mean, I'll put a socket on it. I love also the electronic brake inside of this. I know Milwaukee's also have the e-brake, but to me this one just seems a lot faster run wise, and the way the brake kicks in. And I also like those tri-beam LEDs in the front. And I also like on the newer one, the 861, if you tap it, it stays on like the Milwaukee. But this one, I wouldn't say it's necessarily bad, because if you have a good trigger finger and you just ever so slightly touch it like that, the lights come on and stay on anyways. So if you're in a real dark area, as long as you can just, you know, very lightly learn how to control the trigger, which with any tool you're gonna get, you know, you're gonna learn the trigger with time. You know, you can just barely crack that trigger and the lights stay on anyways. So I wouldn't say that's a down, you know, like a con on a pros and cons list. But the main thing that I'm in it for is I prefer to have brushless tools, even though these are tried and true. And you know, guys have, you know, 3 or 4 of these in their box at a time, because you know, one breaks, they'll send it out. They have 2 more, 1 more on backup. I don't really have any backup tools except 1/2-inch wise. I still have my Air Impact, my Ingersoll Rand 2135 that I've had for 12, 13 years. So again, like I said, that's the main reason why I was hesitant to buy this, is just because it's the CT761, which is the brush motor. Power's decent. I still think that my Milwaukee stubby has more power than this. It's also a lot smaller, but again, I really like that rocker trigger. I really love the batteries, the way they clip in. Like I said, again, this is a brand new gun, and anyone that knows these, when they're brand new, I mean, these batteries don't come out too easy. I mean, I really just had to yank on that thing to get it out. But I really like the battery design. I think these are a lot more durable than the Milwaukee batteries. You just have to be honest with yourself. The Milwaukee batteries are somewhat fragile. I mean, anytime I drop my gun, the first thing I look for, Milwaukee-wise, is where on the battery did it break, because they all break. But lucky enough, you know, I've got a good guy that just warranties them out for me. I honestly get a lot of Milwaukee tools from my Mac guy, because you know, he's new to his route. He's our newest tool guy, but at the same time, you know, he really goes the extra mile to, you know, to be what being a tool dealer is all about. Like for instance, when he first started coming around, I maybe had 1 or 2 Mac tools from over the years, from the previous Mac guys that were, you know, come and go. But I honestly think that guy, John, is here to stay, because I mean, like I said, again, he'll go above and beyond for you. But anyways, back to it. This is a really good gun. Like I said, the little bit I've used it, I did brakes on a Ford Raptor on Friday evening. It broke loose the caliper bolts and the caliper bracket bolts, no problems. Like I said, to be honest with you guys, it's really hard to put this thing down. I love it, the way it fits in my hand, how durable it is. He even gave me the boot to put on it, so in case I don't want to buy it, I don't beat it up too bad. But and normally I have my impact sockets on it. I just didn't bring one home, so I just put one on there for you guys so you can see it. Again, you know, this isn't nothing new. I'm probably the millionth video to show a Snap-on CT760. This isn't a torque test review or anything like that, or a destruction video where we see how much, you know, damage it can take. But I want to say, guys, you know, Snap-on really does have a lot of high selling points. Like for instance, on Thursday, you know, my Snap-on guy told me, you know, hey, if you do get this one today, and you know, and the new one comes out, I'll trade you out of it. You know, you can't really do that with Milwaukee tools all that much. I mean, I'm sure a tool guy, if they sold it to you, would. You know, like let's say you bought the stubby and they came out with a new stubby that had more power or was smaller. You know, it had you know, more runtime or something crazy. You know, let's say it had a red dot scope on it. You know, I'm sure they would trade you out of it, but these tools really do hold their value very well, especially if you take care of them. And also, if you break them, it's only $125 to get the whole tool rebuilt. You can literally, let's be real here, they only come with a 1-year warranty, which is kind of weak in my opinion. But again, you could run this thing over, it's only $125. And that's why I tell a lot of guys, you know, it's all about them eBay hunting, man. I buy so much stuff off eBay because I know if it's Snap-on, when push comes to shove, if it's broken or there's a problem, I can send it out, and at most it's going to be $125 usually. The batteries, jumping forward, I would also say the batteries are pretty affordable. I was doing a little price searching. These batteries are only like $107 a piece. I mean, that's pretty in line with Milwaukee. Milwaukee's might be a little bit cheaper, and I don't, you know, and Milwaukee batteries do last a really long time. I don't think I've ever had a problem with a Milwaukee battery other than, you know, physically breaking them. I've never had a battery fail on me, and I've had some batteries for 6-7 years, from the 2.0s, the 4.0s, the 6.0s. You know, with the 14.4s, as far as I know, this is the only battery they offer. But, you know, I've never really heard a complaint of, you know, these clips breaking, or, you know, guys having batteries falling out. These batteries do not come out unless you want them to come out. Another gripe I will throw out there is charge time. Like for instance, when this came off the truck, he threw me this battery to demo with it. And the battery was dead. You know, when I hit the trigger, the battery light told me it was in the red, so I just threw it on the charge. I want to say I clicked it in at about 3:45, 4 o'clock, and this was on Thursday. It wasn't done until right about when we were about to go home, which was about 5:30. So you definitely want to look into getting two, like if you're going to buy one tool, definitely look into getting 2 batteries with that one tool. You know, because my original plan was get a long reach ratchet, because I've got the regular length electric ratchets from Milwaukee. I've got the 3/8 and the 1/4 inch, the high speeds. But I'm looking to get some long reach ratchets, and I'm debating whether to get another Milwaukee, because I have a couple spare batteries laying around. That would definitely be a cheaper route. But I'm not gonna lie, guys, when it comes to the long reach ratchets, I really do think Snap-on has the upper hand, and that's honestly my plan. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer, wait it out for the brushless stuff to, you know, hit the streets a little harder. And I'm gonna get the Snap-on CT861, and then I also want to get the new Snap-on, I believe it's the 867, which is the long reach 3/8 ratchet. I'm sure they'll have a 1/4 inch one as well down the road, but for now, scouring the internet, those are the only 2 numbers I can come up with that I know for sure are in the works. It's the long reach 3/8 and this gun in brushless form, and it's a little bit bigger, which I think is kind of a Debbie Downer. But again, this rocker trigger, man, I mean, it's awesome. I love it. You know, like if you're running a bolt in, you know, and you don't feel right, or, you know, if you know, you got to put a bolt in, like a caliper bolt, for instance, you know, you got to put Loctite on it. Let's say you're running in, you forgot to put Loctite on it. You don't have to, you know, break form, hit reverse, you know, and then back it back out. You literally stop going forward, back that bolt on out, you know, throw Loctite on it. That's just a random example. I really do think this rocker trigger saves you a little bit of time. Now, I'm not saying it's going to save you 10 minutes on every job, but I would say overall, you know, in a week's time, you'll probably save 5 minutes on jobs with just not having to stop, switch your trigger over, even though I've grown pretty accustomed to doing that. The 14.4 lineup, guys, is definitely a really good lineup. They have my back. Like I said, I haven't bought too much into it yet, but I definitely I'm definitely eyeing it for sure. They're going to be my next route. Like I said, Milwaukee, I've kind of got everything they have to offer for now. Yeah, like I said, I think that these are honestly built more for the professional. Even though Milwaukee's starting to hit that selling point a lot harder, you know, with the soldering guns and the heat guns and the impact wrenches they have now. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Milwaukee, don't get me wrong, especially the M18 stuff. I mean, it's brutal. It really gets the job done. But, you know, Snap-on, you really can't put them in the dark. You know, again, they were the first ones on scene, you know, and they're going to be the last ones out most likely. I don't see Snap-on going out of business anytime soon. At least not my guy. You know, we just at our shop alone, we take care of them. But anyways, guys, it's a phenomenal gun. Can't complain. Like I said, I'm going to talk to him on Thursday, guys. Like I said, again, it's hard to put this thing down. I mean, I love this thing. But again, I don't really want to spend $400 on the gun and a battery to turn around, you know, 6 months later and have to pay another $300 to swap this out for a brushless. So I'm going to see if I can run a deal with him. I was looking at just the bare tool on this without the boot. He'll probably just give me the boot. He's a really solid dude. We have a really good relationship, me and my Snap-on guy. If he can sell me just the gun for like $225, $250-ish, hopefully less if I can swing it, and I can get the battery for like $100 or, you know, maybe $80 out the door, somewhere in there. So together it'd be like $350 to $380. I'll probably end up just taking this home, you know, and finding a new place for it in my box, and then, you know, just biting the bullet when the new one comes out. But if he's gonna, you know, not run me, because again, I know he'll run me a deal on this tool. That's not the problem. I know he'll run me a deal. The question is, how good of a deal is it to not just wait it out and just deal with the Milwaukee stuff I have in the meantime? Because in the meantime, I mean, again, guys, I have everything I need. You know, I'm not really, you know, desperate for a new impact. But again, I really do love this, especially the fact that it's green. You know, everything I own is green and red, unless I can only get it, you know, in red. I would prefer green, or maybe like that new titanium color they got. I really love that too. I've actually seen a couple of CT761s in that color, and they're badass looking, man. I got a bunch of ratchets in that color, and I love it. It doesn't show grease as easy. Like, I used this gun for 2 days, washed my hands in between using it just to keep it as clean as I could, so when I came home I didn't have to, you know, scrub the hell out of it with degreaser. But this gun gets really dirty really quick. And on top of that, again, you know, I do a lot of fuel pumps, and I mess around gas a lot. And, you know, again, the brush motors, man, you know, that's the only thing I'll say is, you know, it's kind of outdated tech, you know. And again, the new one also has 25 foot-pounds more. And I would say, in my opinion, if this gun had 25 more foot-pounds, I'd be more than happy with it, because again, power-wise and speed-wise, I think it's good to go. It's just missing that, you know, that little bit that when I hold my stubby Milwaukee, I feel that power that this one's missing. And again, it's not much. I mean, I did do a little side-by-side comparison between this and the stubby, and they were super, super competitive and close. But again, I do like the ergonomics of this better. I mean, it just feels good in my hand. You know, just at the end of the day, guys, this is gonna probably end up finding a place in my toolbox. But like I said, again, if he's not gonna run me a really, really good deal, I'll probably end up just waiting it out for the CT861 and passing on this one. But yeah, guys, that's about it. I'm gonna go play some Call of Duty with my son, and enjoy the rest of my weekend. I hope you guys have a really good weekend, and yeah, take it easy, guys.